Well, Darren told me earlier he's worked 72 days in a row renovating a house as his full-time job before he gave himself a day off last weekend. Wow, but he's looked very fresh here so far, seeing off Christian Kist, Alan Norris and Simon Whitlock to reach his first major semi-final. Win over MVG would surpass everything. Watching this one, Alan Warren a little, and good evening to Stuart Pike.
Yeah, hello Jackie. I reckon as far as Darren Webster is concerned, he might be able to have a couple more days off. £20,000 he's earned so far by reaching his first ever major TV semi-final. It's some achievement, but on the evidence that we've seen so far this weekend, you just can't look past Michael van Gerwen. But he's had a great run, hasn't he, Webster? At the grand old age of 48, appearing in a first major television semi-final. He'll give it a go, that's for sure. But Michael van Gerwen has lost only 9 legs in the entire tournament so far as he defends his Players' Championship crown.
Yeah, incredible, Stuart, isn't it? Darren Webster is beaten 4 fabulous players to get to this stage. He's a tenacious character, he's improved as the tournament has progressed, and he's passed all those tests. But this is the biggest test of all. The world number 1, the reigning champion, and always the man to beat.
Well, it'll hold no fear for him, that's for sure. I mean, he is going up there with no great expectations, but he's going to enjoy every minute of it. He already knows, if he didn't know before, of course, but this is going to be the biggest test of his career.
140.
Well, he'll certainly give it a good go, but I suppose that the other way of looking at it is we're asking a player to play at his optimum level all the way through, and probably at a level that he's never produced on TV before.
Good opening leg, though, from Webster.
Just checking his score, just making sure. Sometimes you get that moment when you stood on the hockey and the mind goes AWOL.
83, marking for 108.
So a chance for Webster to take the opening leg on throw. Can't afford to miss any doubles. Oh, he's missed the big one. He's now on double 8. Well, he gets there, finally gets there, and he wins the opening leg somehow in 15 darts.
He threw those with some anger, didn't he?
80.
I'd love to see a replay of that. He really gave it his full force and facial expression going for that double 8. But he hit it.
123.
There's Van Gerwen. That's his second maximum already.
140.
Well, 3 140s already for Webster. Very, very consistent.
131.
Van Gerwen will know he's in a game. He talks about Webster with a lot of respect, and as you say, to beat the likes of Johnny Clayton and Whitlock and Norris and Christian Kist.
54.
Well, again, the setup shot from Van Gerwen not the best. 138, I wonder.
Well, he's got to jump on anything early on. He may not get a shot here, but he's got to continue to leave himself a chance just in case he gets one.
Is he going to get a chance? Oh, a real tentative darts at double there from Michael van Gerwen. No fear from Webster. Is that the perfect marker? It is, you know. 2-0 Darren Webster. Well, not many people gave him any chance whatsoever. But he started superbly.
It's the distance, isn't it? As we saw, if you remember, with Josh Payne, it could have been 4-0 down in that match. Ended up going in at the break 3-2. And then reeled off leg after leg.
Tentative darts and a double, though, weren't they, from Van Gerwen, who's talked a lot this weekend about the pressure that he feels. But he deals with it so well, doesn't he?
96.
I think once he gets into the meat and gravy of the match, he just gets in that flow. Darren Webster
He's jumping
giving everything.
into his darts, isn't he?
I think he's going to throw his head at the board in a minute. He's really giving it.
95.
Oh, really found his range, hasn't he? And that's okay. He's left to finish, and Van Gerwen under some pressure again here. That's a beauty. He may look at the bull anyway. So 83, and these are the finishes that Webster's been specialising in this weekend.
He was fabulous in his last two games on finishes between 70 and 85.
Oh. 58. Michael Aguirre 65.
But can Van Gerwen finish it? He's only going to get one dart. He's hit the ball. How often does that happen? One dart. Oh, and he could be in more trouble here. How about this? Double 8 for 3-0 for Darren Webster against the world #1.
He will have been feeling confident but apprehensive coming into the game. He'll be feeling pretty good at the moment as Van Gerwen hits his third maximum despite being 3-0 down. But the fact he's hit the double pretty soon in the attempt. He hasn't messed about.
But Michaels was way off with all three double attempts that he's had so far.
57.
Not even close. Got some work to do, the defending champion here.
And until you get that first double, it can prey on your mind just a little bit, especially when you're losing.
100.
I think winning the bull in the practice room as well has given Webster a lift.
I think the whole tournament's given him a lift because he really has improved round by round. Needs another. Bull!
Well, he had to go for it, didn't he? But can Van Gerwen finish the leg under a little bit of pressure? Webster is on a finish. Double 8 he'll try. And the doubts continue. Astonishing. He's missed 5 darts in the last 3 legs. Treble for double. For 4-0 against the world #1. How about this? Are we on the way to what would be a seismic shock in the darting world?
Absolutely brilliant from the demolition man.
100.
Not just playing well, but taking the chances that are there. We've said it all along, we've said it with everybody who plays Van Gerwen. You've got to take your chances. And that's exactly what Darren Webster is doing.
But it's also the doubling doubts that have crept in for Michael Van Gerwen. You made the point, until he hits one.
140.
And because the way Darren's finishing as well, if he knows he's on a double, it's going to make it harder. Despite being the best player in the world and everything that he's achieved and what he can play like, he's finding it tough at the moment.
100.
Despite still averaging 100.
Yeah, 3 180s, but 6 missed darts at double
120
in legs 2, 3 and 4.
Stay in there.
100, and you require 153.
Well, 101 isn't a gimme, especially treble 19. Oh, that really would have hurt.
83, Michael Aguirre 101.
Well, can Van Gerwen get on the board? Treble 19. He
69.
just cannot get anything going. This is astonishing here in Minehead. Tops for Darren Webster. Double 10 for 5-0. 5-0. Darren Webster leads Michael Van Gerwen. Astonishing. Absolutely astonishing. No one. Darren Webster, 5 out of 8 on the doubles. 5-0 up on Michael Van Gerwen in a race to 11 to go through to the finals. Come on, admit it, no one, and I mean no one, could have imagined this scoreline after first 5 legs between Van Gerwen and Webster. Incredibly, the bookmakers still have Van Gerwen odds on to win. But Webster is just playing beautifully. You'll remember as well that he whitewashed Phil Taylor at the Grand Slam in the group game 5-0. He's also beaten Taylor on the floor 6-0. When he's going, he's going. Michael Van Gerwen really is now under the cosh. Can Darren Webster maintain it over a distance? That's the big question.
He's going to have to play his best now, Michael Van Gerwen, to get himself back in this game. We know he's capable. But Darren Webster is playing absolutely beautifully.
Consistent on the scoring, but his finishing in the whole tournament has been fantastic. Told you, when he walked out, I was speaking to him an hour ago, no fear. I'm just going to enjoy every bit of this. Going to enjoy every bit of it. And I'm going to go up and play, let him worry about me. That was his attitude, and it's a good attitude to have.
100. 107.
Well, he's certainly performing pretty well.
58. Darren, you recall 161.
Well, at the moment, everything that Darren Webster is throwing is turning to gold. And that's the beauty as well with the last one. Just adds the pressure to Van Gerwen here. Mile away.
38.
Well, this is just astonishing. It really is. Is Van Gerwen buckling under the pressure? Ball for 6-0.
59.
Every leg just seems to be an uphill struggle at the moment for Van Gerwen.
Just one dart, and he's missed it again.
He's getting angry with himself as well.
Darren Webster simply cannot believe this. Neither can we.
17. Michael, you require 60.
Well, a shake of the head from Van Gerwen. This is amazing tension. He's bust his score! This is incredible! Incredible!
Darren, you require 8.
Have we seen the likes? As Webster goes 6-0 up on Michael Van Gerwen! 6-0!
Game on.
And he's thoroughly deserved it. Michael Van Gerwen, yes, he has missed some chances, as we saw there. Big mistake hitting the double 11. But he's earned the right. Well, the grimace on the face of Michael Van Gerwen. He's angry. He's an angry man.
But to be honest, Alan, all the missed doubles from Van Gerwen, he really has been a long way off. But look at this. Look at this. He's 6-0 down, and he's on a 9-darter. Don't you just love the darts?
We certainly do, Stu.
Which way will he go? For Van Gerwen, though, it's about winning a leg. Somehow.
It's about getting any leg.
Yeah, somehow win a leg.
60.
The hush.
76.
The hush in the arena. Double 8. Finally gets a leg on the board. 11-darter. He's got to win a few more now.
Well, the next couple of legs are crucial as Michael Van Gerwen hits another maximum, because you don't want to start giving him some momentum.
60.
I know he was 6-0 down. I know it's a mountain to climb, and we've been giving Darren Webster all the superlatives, and rightly so. But he doesn't want to be giving Michael Van Gerwen too much confidence.
140.
The scoreline at the next break is going to be crucial for me.
For me, just got to carry on playing,
96.
enjoying it. The danger will come if he starts thinking about it too much. And I think he's playing on adrenaline as well as his ability in the opening stages of this match.
126.
Michael Van Gerwen will be eyeing going in only 6-4 down at the next break.
Well, didn't need to go for the treble 19 and the bull. So if he was going to do that in the first place, why start on the 19s?
100. Likely requires 70.
Double 8.
54.
1 out of 12 on the doubles.
57.
Well, he's had some fantastic finishes already, Darren Webster. Oh, not to be this time. Michael van Gerwen has been struggling on the doubles. He hit it in the last leg. Can he get it this time?
Well, this now for me is the leg. Webster with the darts, 6-0 up. Van Gerwen's won a couple. And Webster here, imperative that he holds on to his throw.
23.
Penny for your thoughts.
Yep.
100.
But what is Darren Webster thinking? Really unbelievable darts. 48-year-old from near Norwich who has sparkled over this weekend. And he's forcing the world number 1 to dig very, very deep.
Needs a full house here. Oh, that's okay though. Great darts. Keeps him just in front.
Notice it as well, the switch for Michael van Gerwen, which has been all year, has been brilliant. The switch to treble 19, just not there for him.
84.
Big visit now.
155, a difficult finish. So what can Van Gerwen get here? Only 59.
155.
2 big finishes up for grabs. Treble 17 would have left double 12.
160.
Well, after starting with 23, Darren Webster will be delighted. He's got himself in a position to hold his throw. The biggest 2 darts of this match. Oh, and he's missed the big number. He has 1 dart. 1 dart!
18.
Well, from 6-0, I'm feeling so happy. He's just starting to feel a little bit of pressure. Amazing when you're 6-2 ahead. And that is now 6-3. And Van Gerwen will be throwing first in this leg.
Incredible darting drama. Amazing sporting drama. All unfolding for you here. The semi-finals in Minehead.
125.
Van Gerwen has had so many challenges, hasn't he, in his short career, it has to be said. Fantastic darts. That's his 7th maximum, despite being 6-3 behind. He's had so many challenges, and this is a really big challenge for him.
Silence in the venue. They can sense the moment. They can understand.
They're mesmerised. All staring at the big stage.
Michael van Gerwen from 6-0 down is back into this semi-final. Darren Webster still holds the advantage. He knew that Van Gerwen would come back, and the world number 1 has. But this is just riveting. Don't go anywhere. But for a place in the Players' Championship final, Webster's lead has been cut to 6 legs to 4. 2 up, he missed the big 18, hit the single 17, missed tops. And Van Gerwen managed to get back into it. 7-2 became 6-3, and it's now 6-4. 4 on the spin for the world champ, and Darren Webster now has got to hold it all together. 11, the magic number to go through to the final.
Yeah, he knows Michael van Gerwen is back in the match. 7-3 and 6-4 is a massive difference. He would have felt a lot better coming out, obviously, on 7-3. Michael van Gerwen
136.
starting to play better.
Well, he's been forced to. He has been given one of the big frights of the year, and he's still nowhere near out of the woods against Webster.
He was angry, wasn't he? was angry.
140.
He needed to get going, I think.
Well, he was on the 9 data, wasn't he, despite being 6-0 down. And that was the
43.
start, really. Got his first leg on the board.
Question is as well, Alan, will the pressure begin to ramp up on Darren Webster?
58.
Well, Webster through first in this leg. And he's starting
83. Marking up 167.
to miss some of the big numbers.
So is Michael Van Gerwen. He's missed a lot of big trebles. Oh, a ton 40 here is a beauty.
100. Marking up 108.
He almost
Paul-
launches that last one, doesn't he?
Another poor setup from Van Gerwen. He's given himself a chance. Double 16, and he's missed another
92.
one.
Darren, you require 76.
Well, then
But
even when
it
he's
was the shot
6-4
before,
ahead,
Alan,
he's still
wasn't
under
it?
pressure with this. He really is. He needs tops to steady the ship.
Marking up
He knows what it means.
Oh, last half! 5 on the spin now for Van Gerwen. Another chance for Webster. He missed darts for 7-2. He's missed one for 7-4, and we're back to within one. Don't you just love it?
100.
What a crazy game. And it's incredible with the crowd as well. They're so vocal, then all of a sudden they couldn't believe what was happening in front of them. They've gone really quiet.
123.
All eyes on the big screen and the big stage.
They could sense what was happening. It may still happen.
140.
Can Van Gerwen get level?
98.
He's giving himself a good chance. Just a couple of slips here
78.
from Darren Webster.
Van Gerwen looking at a ton 40.
140.
Credit Van Gerwen though.
Well, you have to credit him, yeah? We
Yeah,
did say he's
absolutely.
going to have to play at his best.
He's put the pressure on his
100,
opponent
marking
and
for
forced the
40.
odd mistake from Webster. But he's making a lot of mistakes himself on the doubles.
20. Darren, you require 102.
5 out of 23, Michael Van Gerwen.
Nice.
Maybe the ball was worth the
20.
gamble, wasn't it?
Well, he thought double 14 was bigger. Can understand that.
It's 6-6 after Webster led 6-0.
Now he has to dig deep.
The
He
nerve
really
ends
does
are
have to dig
frayed,
deep here,
aren't they?
Stuart. It's a monumental leg here for Darren Webster.
140. 100. $60.
Vantage Webster.
He has to win this leg for me. He really does.
140.
And to be fair to the demolition man, he's had a good leg so far.
60. Darren, you require 121.
Should stay there. Single one to leave. Oh, he's missed a single one. Just rushing a little bit. He's feeling the pressure. Just needs to calm himself down a bit.
It's hardly surprising he's feeling the pressure.
53. Darren, you require 23.
In the match of his life, he's producing one heck of a performance. Double 4. And he moves back ahead. 6-0 up. Pegged back to 6 apiece.
109.
Astonishing. It's one of the astonishing stats as well, isn't it? 8 180s for Michael Van
79.
Gerwen. Not a 1 from Darren Webster, but crucially 14 140s to 8 from Van Gerwen.
139.
I don't think I've ever seen a game where somebody's been 6-0 up and then 6 apiece. Incredible.
54. $150.
Magnificent. He's on a possible 10-darter. It's certainly one in the eye for all those who believe this is going to be a gimme for Michael Van Gerwen. 10-dart leg to level up.
I think we've got our flying friend on the hockey again.
10-dart leg it is. 7-all it is.
Pressure back on Darren Webster.
100.
Tried to swat the fly.
Yep, fly stops play. It's the okey cokey.
Oh, it's just landed on Michael's head. It's all kicking off.
Well, this could affect the concentration. I mean, joking apart, this could affect the concentration. Let's see. Well done, Van Gerwen. Managed to refocus.
I'm not sure if it was a fly or a wasp, but Michael Van Gerwen's definitely buzzing now.
44. $100.
Massive leg, isn't it?
Oh, wonderful darts.
15 140s for Darren Webster.
Should go back upstairs here.
97.
Leaves himself 170. Ooh, slip there from Webster. Good second.
121. Might be 170.
2 treble 20s in the ball. Not to be. So Darren Webster.
58.
And again, it's the setup shot that's let Van Gerwen down, and it does again. To go ahead again. Brilliant from Webster. He is keeping it together here, Darren Webster. He was 6-0 up, he was pegged back to 6 apiece. And he still believes he can cause one of the biggest upsets of 2016. He leads 8-7, and it's the first to 11 for a place in the final. Semi-finals of the Players' Championship. Michael Van Gerwen might be feeling a little waspish. Darren Webster and the world #1 having a few problems. But just before you came back to us, Van Gerwen and Webster, between them, the double act. And they have managed to see off the wasp. Can Darren Webster now see off Michael Van Gerwen? He leads 8-7, first to 11, 6-0 to Webster in the most incredible start probably seen to any televised darts match this year. Van Gerwen got it back to 6 apiece, but Webster is holding his nerve.
He certainly is. But will there be a sting in the tail?
96.
5,000 fans and a wasp.
81. $99.
You can feel the tension, really, can't you? I hope you're enjoying this at home. This is just fabulous.
100.
Well, he left himself a bogey, but he was quite a way ahead in the leg.
96.
Leaves himself 70. Webster really needs 2 in the treble here. There's 1.
100. Might be 170.
Double 8. Double 4 for a level game.
62.
7 out of 27 on the doubles for Michael Van Gerwen.
Can Webster get the first one in the treble? Yes, he needs another. Yes, he needs tops!
140. Michael, you require 8.
Clip the bottom wire. And he won't get another shot. Absolutely incredible. More drama.
That would have been it for me, Stuart. It really would have been.
81.
Will he get many more chances? Well, the way he's playing, you would think so. Michael van Gerwen, he's an angry man.
Oh, I wonder if that one dart
55.
kissed the bottom wire. A 160, would that have been the match winner?
And he's taking the throw here now. And he's really taking control of this leg and possibly the match.
Well, Michael van Gerwen here, can he go ahead for the first time in this semi-final? In the 17th leg, but a 140 here from Webster, you know.
He's got to keep his eye on the scoring here. Well, he can't leave a finish now.
60. 124.
Maybe he should have switched with the second dart though, or started somewhere else.
56.
And again, the setup shot from van Gerwen has let him down. He should still win from here. But 20 missed darts at double from Michael van Gerwen in the semi-final.
Michael 68.
Treble 20 for double 4. 13. Tops.
To go ahead for the first time, and he only just got the single 13, didn't he? He nearly made a mess of that, but Michael van Gerwen in leg 17 hits the front for the first time in this semi-final. What has Darren Webster got left?
Well, we said at the start he was a tenacious character, and he proved that early on in the match. He led 6-0.
81.
Back came van Gerwen. It's been a close match since, but crucially, van Gerwen
92.
took that last leg against the throw.
Well, two big moments for Darren Webster. Leg 9, missed a dart to go 7-2 up.
41.
And then in that 16th leg, kissed the wire of tops for a 160 finish for 9-7.
100.
Can Webster find something special?
68.
Too many loose darts.
Frustration there, especially with hitting a treble 20 with the first. Just keeps nicking one treble, doesn't he?
One treble a visit from van Gerwen is proving to be enough.
100. Michael 114.
Tops he needs.
94.
Not this time. He seemed to rush a little bit there, but he will return.
55.
Well, unlucky. They were three well-thrown darts for little reward.
15.
He really is struggling.
You can understand him being edgy when he was 6-0 down, but now he's taken the lead. He looks even worse.
Michael, you require 5.
A 1 for double 2. Maybe no bad thing. Taking his time. Can he see? Can he see the double 2?
3.
Well, he could see it, but he couldn't hit it.
Well, this is over. He's missed 6 darts to win this leg. 1 treble for Webster to leave double 18. Oh, astonishing.
Oh, you feel for the
Incredible
lad.
drama. It's not over yet. Last dart in hand, Michael van Gerwen. He missed 8 darts to win that leg. Well, he was about to shake hands. He thought it was all over.
60.
Well, that's incredible. Van Gerwen there didn't realise that it's first to 11, not first to 10. He just apologised as well. You need one more, Michael.
59.
Because the last 2 rounds have been 10.
Yeah.
The last 2 rounds have been 10. There's a lot of things happened in this match, as everybody's
60.
seen who's been watching. Just lost a little bit of concentration there. But he's back on the money. Can Darren Webster put a big effort in here on throw? Keep the match alive.
100.
Fabulous drama. It's just been sporting theatre for the last hour. Really hope you've enjoyed it.
Well, the
Webster,
Peter Wright and Harbeck's game was outstanding.
well, Webster here will
140.
believe he's still got a chance, and he has.
58.
And what he'll also have in the back of his mind is he knows that Michael Van Gerwen hasn't been hitting his doubles as sweetly as we've seen.
Tops for Webster.
61. Michael 144.
Well, his finishing's been poor. Can he finish it in style with double 18?
Okay.
Of course he can! Michael Van Gerwen was 6-0 down. He looked to be heading out. Darren Webster has played one of the matches of his life. Acknowledged by Michael Van Gerwen, who's just played his get out of jail free card. Credit the world number 1, who somehow found a way. From 6-0 down, he wins 11-8. He's through to another major TV final. But take a bow, Darren Webster. Take a bow.
When Michael Van Gerwen reaches a major final, but it is a shock to see him 6-0 down in the semi. Such was the drama here in Minehead. Demolition man Darren Webster from Norwich. What a game he played, but he couldn't see it through. Those are the stats. Van Gerwen doesn't really care what the average was. It was 94 to Darren's 89. It was finishing that really cost Darren in the end, not putting away the chances when it mattered. Michael Van Gerwen then is through, and he will meet either Peter Wright or Dave Chisnall. That's the next semi-final coming up here from Somerset. Well, Ned Bolting is going to catch up with both players now.
Wow, what an unbelievable semi-final. I mean, it's hard, Darren, Michael, it's hard to know where to begin with that, but I suppose we'll begin with you. 6-0 up? What are you thinking at that point?
Should have buried him. Do you know what I mean? Should have buried him. But he ain't world number 1 for nothing, is he? Do you know what I mean? He come back at me. I thought, I give him a game. Do you know what I mean?
Did you start thinking about the finishing line at that point? Did you mind wonder, did you think, I've got this?
I started thinking 11-0 when I was 6-0 up. But, you know, and then he come back, you know, you got to try and destroy people. And unfortunately, he got back at me. And that's what Michael do, and then I mean, the end check out there, I missed one down double front and stuff. He took whatever it was, 8-1-4-4. Thank you very much. But
well, even then, there wasn't much in it. Ask you the same question. 6-0 down, are you thinking you're out?
No, of course. In the formula like that, to be fair, I thought it was first to 10, so I made a little mistake over there. But it was when you're 6-0 down, you think, oh, come on, Mike, please start to play a little bit better, because my doubles weren't going in. I couldn't nothing, and he was finishing everything, and then you need to realize, and then you need to take everything together in a break and try to to change it around, but that's not always easy. It's very difficult, and especially if a player is finishing that well. But to be fair, I think he let himself down afterwards. He had too many darts, he missed on the big single numbers, he was too sloppy on the end, he made too many bad darts, to be fair for him.
Yeah, that said, I mean, you come right back at him and levelled it at 6, so that was balanced it all out. But you steadied the ship again, you got your nose back in front and you had your chances, so it wasn't like your game fell apart, but I know both of you in the end were sort of stumbling across the finish line, I almost felt.
Well, that's it, 2 times on the big stages, yeah. Give me 5 or 6 and I might get a couple more against him, do you know what I mean?
And then the fly?
Well,
what about the
slapped
fly?
me on the head and he got it.
You dealt with the fly as well, Michael. How did the fly meet its end?
Yeah, it's,
Hit on the head.
Yeah, to be fair, it's quite annoying if things like that happen for his game and for my game, and it's not nice. But things like that happen in the game, and you also have to deal with things like that. And
He gave me brain damage.
what brains?
Listen, that was, in every sense, an unbelievable semi-final. You played a brilliant part, so you must be very proud of what you've achieved here, Darren. We'll see you again soon, I'm sure, on the big stage. And Michael, we'll see you. We'll see you in the final. Good luck. Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Well played, Darren Webster. He's going home having entertained the crowd here, and he's going home £20,000 better off. Bearing in mind he is a full-time builder as well, and he'll be straight back to work in no time. Well, just a reminder, we still have the World Youth Championship final to come between Barry van Peer of the Netherlands and Corey Cadby, the most Australian you'll ever see. You'll see what I mean shortly when we give you that interview. That'll be after our next semi-final between Dave Chisnell and Peter Wright. It's been a long day for these players already, but the winner will have a short gap before taking on the world number 1, Michael van Gerwen.